Oh shit. Show
No.
over. Show over. Me and Shannon stepping away.
The Martin Show with your host, Kinte and Shannon. This program hosts a weekly panel of men and women who discuss topics such as dating, the workplace, family, spirituality, cheating, and of course, sex. Monday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. This show is simulcasted live audio and video between the website indieradio.org and YouTube, which allows listeners all over the world to gather together to tackle challenging relationship issues. And now here is your hosts, Shannon and Kinte.
Well, good evening, beautiful people. Welcome to the Mars and Venus show. I am your co-host, Shannon Ford Jefferson, all the way live from Key West, Florida. And before we get started into all of our juicy questions for these men folks that y'all see here, we're going to introduce each of them, and we're going to start with my lovely co-host, usually the moderator of all these fine events, none other than that Kinte Ferguson.
Hello. Hello. How are you doing?
I'm good. I asked you though.
I'm doing great as always. Life is beautiful.
Good.
Yes. Ready for tonight.
You gonna answer all my questions?
Every single one of them. And I'm gonna actually tell the truth.
Praise the Lord. All right. Well, we're gonna move on down the road to my favorite, wonderful, handsome, distinguished, bearded man, Olaf. How are you doing today?
I am doing fantastic. It's been another lovely day in the great state of Indiana, and I just can't wait to answer all your questions and mix it up with these guys tonight because, you know,
inappropriate.
Me inappropriate always, but you know, hey, it's the men's show tonight, and we speak the truth.
All right.
It's like the men get it right. Isn't that right? All right, guys. We got it right.
Get it right. We're gonna move on down the road on that note. Thank you, Olaf. And next, we are going to introduce none other.
There we go. That was strange. All right, go ahead.
Wait, what happened?
No.
Thought you were making memes of me. All right, so next we're going to introduce none other than the ever talented, always wonderful Fan. Good night, Fan. How are you?
I'm doing well, Shannon. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. You had a good week?
I had an excellent week. I just got a new position at work, so I am doing great.
We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about the hardworking black man.
Okay. Well, I'm here for that.
All right. Next up on the roster, we have my favorite man in all the business industries, Mr. Aaron. How are you, Aaron?
Okay. I'm doing great. How you doing?
Good. How's your last week been?
It was rough, really busy, but I got through it.
Good. Well, good to have you on the show. Now, next we have two that I'm not quite familiar with, but we have an hour to get to know each other very well. Next we have Gary. How are you, Gary?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Where are you from, Gary?
Originally Chicago, but I live on the East Coast. I'm in the Baltimore, D.C. area.
All right, ladies, y'all take notes because I'm gonna get all in their business tonight. Last but not least, we have an artist who is a part of Kinte's amazing Black Artists Connected group, none other than Mr. Cepeda. How are you, sir?
I'm well, Shannon. How about you? Thank you for inviting me on this beautiful platform.
Oh, we're happy that you're
Hope
here.
everybody having a good night.
You have to tell us all your business. 60 minutes.
All right. I might release a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what we can do.
All right. Well, let's get this party started. So I have a question, and I will start with Kinte. There are 5 male archetypes. There's the alpha male, the sigma, the beta male, the gamma male, and the omega. You need definitions for them before I ask you the question?
Yeah, and it'd be good for the audience as well.
Perfect. Alpha is the self-assured leader of men whose swagger and aloofness makes him very successful with the women. The Sigma is the lone wolf antithesis of the Alpha. He defies placement. He is not a part of social hierarchy or norms.
One second. I think that's Aaron. You have a lot of background. I think that might be you, Aaron. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Go ahead.
Yet he is also very successful with the women. Beta male is the worker bee of society. Women will tolerate him if he has ample resources. Otherwise, the worker bee is discarded. The gamma males are normally bitter and clueless about women. Often they can't grasp red pill concepts and check out the mating game altogether. And the omega male is hopeless. He correlates with violent outbursts like shooting sprees because of his total rejection from women. Of those 5 archetypes, which one do you most identify with and why?
I would say mostly Alpha. And then I'm not a good follower at all. I like to take the lead. As you can see, even tonight, chopping at the bit as usual. So I don't know. I always had this mantra of I'd rather drive the Titanic into the iceberg than be a passenger on the ship as it's going into the iceberg. That's what I always say. I rather if I'm going to jail, I'd rather been the ringleader, not one of the henchmen. So that's how I feel about it. And I feel like, and I was raised this way as well. If you're the man, you better take the lead because it's up to you to drive the ship. So that's where I like to fit in.
All right. Does anybody on the panel not identify with the alpha male? Any of the others? The sigma, the beta, the gamma,
Shannon, can you say what that sigma was again?
This is a lone wolf. He's the antithesis of the alpha. He defies placement in a social hierarchy, but he's also very successful with the women. Everybody's an alpha man on this show tonight.
Pretty much.
It's like pretty much.
Interesting show then.
That's like I would kind of. I think I would go for alpha and sigma, kind of a mixture
Kind
of
of
the
a
two.
mixture. I like
Kind of a
a
mixture too.
See, Olaf, that's like my favorite.
Because I'm just like I like being. I said I'm in charge. I was like I'm large and in charge, and but I like to be by myself too. So,
right.
Like I said, I'm a mixture of the alpha and the sigma.
Okay. All right.
I think I am too. Yeah.
Who said that? Gary?
Yep.
Okay. We'll see about that once this show continues. If y'all are all okay. Well, we're gonna get right to it. Next question, and I'm gonna start with you, Aaron.
Okay.
What is the worst thing that a woman can do to you, your significant other, in public? For example, we just saw this video clip last week about Tina Knowles Lawson and her husband. Of course, it was a wonderful marketing ploy for Back Love, but she said some not so polite things according to our viewing eye, and it caused quite a debate.
Do I need I haven't seen the video, so I don't know what she did.
I should play it?
Yes, please.
See,
I wrote down.
See, I have it on feed. All right, here we go.
I wrote down all the good things about myself, which is really hard. Have you ever tried to do that? To just sit down and write out 10 things that are really good about yourself? I wrote these things about myself, and I was like, "I'm a bad sister. I have done some pretty incredible things. I'm not so bad. I deserve somebody because I'm great, And that's not an arrogant thing. That's just like all these years I've accomplished all these things, but I never really even took a look at them. I never owned them or felt good about them. So all of a sudden I felt good about myself, and I think that's how I was able to attract someone. So if you are out there and you want to attract somebody, fall in love with yourself and know your worth. You know, it really makes a difference. At 59, I moved to a new city, got a new car, a new man, a new life, and it's possible. I envisioned the type of man I wanted. I prayed for the type of man I wanted, and I got pretty much that. Is he perfect? Absolutely not. But, you know, he has a lot of the qualities. He has a lot of the qualities that that I love. And we're having a really good time, and I'm enjoying life. So there is hope, women, ladies.
This caused quite a stink on Facebook when this aired. So, Aaron.
Did y'all see the look on his face?
Right,
You
the
were
brother,
mad, wasn't he? You was upset.
she gave him
We'll
a face
open
crack.
it up
for
to
sure.
everybody, but let's start with you, Aaron. What can a woman do in public
That try to emasculate me, that's embarrassing as ever. What? Like, curse me out. If you curse me out, you try to put your hands on me or something. Like, I really don't want to get in like confrontations, like publicly.
Right.
So like things like that, that's pretty much the worst you could do publicly. All right, man, have a good one. Like publicly, that's pretty much the worst you could do to me.
All right. What about you, Cepeda?
I would say the worst thing a woman can do to me in public would be probably smacking my ass in public. Like I don't like that type of stuff. Man. You know, some
You don't
men,
like
I
your
guess
ass
they might
smacked,
like
bro?
Nope.
Nah,
Let's
not,
get
not
no.
in public, not in public, not in private. You know, cursing out. No, I can deal with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty. You know, I can control myself. I got a lot of self control, but just don't slap my ass in public. Like you might catch a reflex. You know what I mean? Like you might catch a reflex. But other than that, you know, I think I can't really be embarrassed. You know, I'm not really that type of person who can be embarrassed. It's hard to embarrass me. You know, because I make fun of myself. I joke with myself. So, but just don't smack my ass. Don't do that. Definitely don't do that.
Duly noted. No butt
I'm
smacking.
a man's man. You know. I'm not one of those new funny guys nowadays. I know my generation is a little weird. You know, I'm 34, so a little bit younger generations are a little different.
Little ass smacking don't hurt nobody.
You can't keep their hands to themselves. So
Really quick. After everyone goes, I want to tell you a story about this question.
okay. Olaf, your turn, sir.
Hey, you know, I'm okay. It's like you want to smack my ass in public, go right ahead, because I'm gonna grab you smack mine, I'm grabbing yours. It's on.
Yes, indeed.
Right,
It's like for me, it's like, you know, my generation's weird too, but that's okay. For me to get in a heated argument in public would be very bad. That would be bad for me. It's like I'm in the public eye a lot, and so for me to be like in public and get into a heated argument with my significant other just wouldn't play well for me.
Okay.
I want to say something real quick. There's a lot of people that are on the YouTube channel watching it live. Please let yourself be known. Right in the right side, it's the top chat section, not the comment section. It says "say something." Let us know that you're here, and we will reach out to you. So I see a bunch of people's online, but they're not speaking. So, sorry.
Yep. Okay. So thank you, Olaf, for your answer. I do notice you like your butt grab. Gary, what's your no-go in public?
Yeah, so I think for me it probably just sharing something personal that I kind of just share with her, you know. I don't mind some ass smacking. I'm a smacking back, so it's all good. But yeah, no, that's funny to me. But yeah, that would probably be the biggest piece, like something personal. But you know what? So wow, I've been married 16 years. I didn't marry that type of woman. You know, there's no, you know, we're not arguing out in public or, you know, doing all that. you know, I did that undergrad, but I'm way past that type of stuff. So,
well, congratulations, Mr. 16 years of marriage. You are seasoned.
I appreciate it.
You are seasoned gentlemen on the panel. What about you, Finn? What's your turn off?
Well, I think for me, it'd just be to challenge me. You know, I'm the type of person where even if we're together and I think you're dead wrong in public, I wouldn't challenge you. I would just kind of like just be quiet, basically, and then pull you to the side like, you know, you were dead wrong. Other than that, I think flirting. I would not appreciate if you flirted with someone in public.
Okay, duly noted. I guess I'll keep my flirting to myself.
Yeah, so stop calling everybody your favorite. Everybody your favorite.
I actually hate the word, so everybody's my favorite because I can never choose. That's so hard. Anyway, Kente, do you have a no-go that you don't want to do in public?
Oh, definitely. I want to first recognize Lyric, who's came into the chat, as well as Jacqueline. Honestly, with what was in that clip, I don't like that. Like, I feel like if you're in a relationship, that's your team. Like, y'all in a team together, right? And you always want to. I mean, not saying that you can't be self-deprecating at times and whatnot, but like, I'm always going to try to uplift my lady, especially publicly, right? And I don't like that, talking down on me and stuff like that. Like, I don't like that. That's not cool. Right. Because loyalty is a big thing for me. And if I don't feel like, somebody's loyal or, just got my back like that, nah, that's not cool. So that's one of my big pet peeves is that, because I don't do that. So I would expect the same.
All right. Well, you kind of led me right into.
She thought she was giving him a compliment.
Did you see the look on his face though? He was just like,
yeah,
like, you lucky these cameras are here.
Who?
The dude.
You talk about Tina
Austin,
and
yeah. He probably was like, now that's why Matthew left. shit like that.
No, he liked to cheat. Look, he needed to leave. Like, if you don't want to be in a monogamous relationship, please exit stage left. Which brings me to my next question, and anyone can start this one off. I won't pick in particular. What kind of women are you most attracted to? So, in essence, name your ideal woman. Any takers?
Yeah, I can. I got something for that.
Ooh, I'm taking notes.
Okay, so for me, very, very important is obviously high moral character. That is extremely important because that's one thing. If that's absent, that basically disqualifies everything. So if she's really cute but she has low character, then that's a no-go. If she is is very smart but she has low moral, you know what I'm saying? It always cancels out everything. So that's number one. Second, intelligence is very important. I'm a snob when it comes to that. I like, intelligent women, so that's very important as well. And, just matching personalities too. Not to say that we need to be the same, but it has to be, we have to be somewhere in the ballpark.
Okay. Anybody else want to tell us all your business? What you like?
Yeah, I'll tell you. Apparently, I like crazy chicks because that's like literally all I've been dating. So apparently, my crazy radar is like always on 100. I can even know it's like, damn, I think she's crazy. She look good as hell, and just I always go for it. And find myself with my windows broke.
So what you attract and what you are attracted to, not one and the same, bruh?
No, it's like what I go for and what I'm attracted to smart women and with like amazing personalities. Can have conversations where they don't sound like they work at Spirit Airlines. Like, I'm attracted to that. But what I go for, man, and credit score would be like 390. That would be so bad.
Why you gotta put my business out there like that?
I think most of us, though, we have a crazy chick story, right? I mean, it's pretty part of the process, right? of coming up.
Crazy story.
Or if you don't have a crazy chick story, then maybe you were the crazy.
No, but I think I'm attracted to it. It calls me. Like I said, I could see it. Like, yeah, she's crazy as cat shit. I'm gone. Like, that's what I say in my head.
The problem might be you, Aaron.
It might be. I need to go talk to someone.
I mean, that's what we're here for.
You need to look up above your head and see if there's like an arrow pointing that says "crazy, come here," and pointing down at you. So.
Yeah, I think I got a sign on my back or something.
Can you settle down with a crazy person?
Could I?
Crazy is relative, though. Just understand, crazy is relative.
That's true.
No, but it's relative. But the type of crazy I'm talking about, you know it.
How do you know it, Aaron?
No, I'm talking to all the fellas. Like they know what type of crazy chick I'm talking about, and I ain't even giving no clues yet.
Aaron, that's because you putting that good D on them. So that's another subject.
Yeah, that's another subject, and it's not all dudes.
Yeah,
it's different levels to crazy too. It's ratchet.
There are
crazy,
absolutely.
There's mental illness crazy. It's different levels to crazy. So it depends on what type of crazy you're talking about.
All right, I'll tell you what type of crazy. Like the type of crazy that you never told them your child's name, but for some reason you start having conversations about your child. Like I've been with that type of crazy. I've been with crazy that pop up at your house, break your windows. I've been with crazy that want to fight you. I've been with.
Well, you got to reevaluate where you meet these women. Right. You
need to reevaluate yourself.
You meet these women in the wrong spots, bro.
Hey, I'm just keeping it 100. I've been with crazy. I don't know, but I've been with. I don't know why, but I've been with like crazy, stalker crazy. One that Kente actually knows. He laughing because he knows. I don't know why. Just all the time. Here comes crazy. There goes me.
That's not good.
You know why? Because you put that Henny dick on them. You can't use Henny dick on everybody.
Hey man, I said it before. My daughter definitely a Henny baby. Definitely.
The Henny's got to be reserved, man. They got to pass certain checklists before you put the Henny dick on them.
I guess we'll have to pin that for the next question.
Hilarious.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else want to tell us about the women they're most attracted to? Because I know everybody didn't go.
Yeah. I'll say, look, I think a big one. I don't know if I'm the only one on here that's married, but
you're just supposed to say your wife. He's moving past you.
Yo. You definitely want a freak. You want a freak. I don't care what anybody says. So I'm attracted to a freak. I love someone at the same time, though. Of course, can keep it on the down low for just those special, that special person. But at the same time, intelligence, conversation actually is a sexual stimulant for me. So if you have good conversation, if we can talk about world events, it can turn me on. All that shit is good. But yeah, so I mean, I don't, even before I got married or when I was dating my wife or whatever the case may be, of course, you want somebody who's beautiful, all that stuff. But bottom line, I mean, marriage, to keep a marriage strong, you need to be able to turn that bedroom out.
I agree with that. But for me, I like independent women. Women that have goals and have their something, in set that they're trying to achieve, and maybe even possible to work together and build something. So that's a big thing to me. So a woman with drive.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, I think for me, I like intelligent women, and a balance between intelligence and ratchetness. I say, have a balance. So you gotta kind of be in the know and kind of know what you're talking about. I would say a revolutionary type woman, black woman, a woman who knows if the zombie apocalypse jump off, like go get the strap and you grab the kids and the strap and leave. You know what I'm saying? Like I need a woman who's in tune with the earth. You know what I mean? Just in the know. A naive woman is just a liability. You know what I mean? Sometimes an overly attractive woman can be a liability too if she's not conscious of how attractive she is out here. She can be a liability. You know, if she don't know how to handle herself out here. You know, she can put you in a position where you have to defend yourself and her, and that can go left. You know what I mean? That can go left real quick. So attractiveness is part of it. That's a plus. But I would say intelligence is more intelligence and consciousness. That's really important.
And especially an overly attractive woman post the zombie apocalypse too, because there's no rules. So
no rules.
For real.
I don't get it. Okay. Now you said, Sapedi, you said black women. So does anybody on this panel date outside their race? This includes you, Olaf.
Yeah, it's like I in past, yes.
Okay.
Current? And, no.
Current, you're not dating outside your race?
That's like, no, it's current. I haven't. It's like current, I don't date. I haven't dated for a while. So.
We're gonna have to put Olaf on plentyoffish.com. Black people meet.
Well, pretty much what all the other guys have been saying is, you know, kind of like for me, that's what it is. But, you know, the one thing with me, with a woman, I don't need a woman to complete me. I need a woman that can compliment me. So in other words, like say I'm a little weak in finance, you know, handling finances. Let's say I might be a little weak in handling finances, and she's like really good in handling finances. But you know, she's not very good at I don't know, taking care of the yard, and that's where I come in. In other words, I want somebody who can compliment me, not complete me.
You know, I love that too, because I like the idea of someone like, you know, you have so many gifts yourself, and you need a woman that can kind of fill in the blanks. You know, often, like my parents was that kind of situation where my father, you know, who's now, you know, deceased now. But, you know, he's an accomplished man, and he met my mother, and my mother added to what he had going on, and they were like a great team. And to me, that's a great, you know, thing, that to have a woman that, you know, can add to your, you know, to whatever you got going on, and you can add to whatever she got going on. That's a great idea.
Right. And
good luck for finding it.
Yeah. Well, and then also for me, like the other thing goes back to the, you know, what I do at home here. In other words, of course, I'm retired now, but you know, do a lot of things in the community. So I'm in the community. I'm in the public eye a lot. So whoever is with me has to be able to handle handle the limelight, and also be tactful about things. You know, I can't have no ratchet chick out here running around with me like, yeah, no. You got to be tactful. You got to have some manners to you, because you know I get around. I'm around the mayors, and you know, the mayor and all them different people like that, and owners of businesses and things, and so like I said, you know, whoever's with me has to have some tact.
Any guy ever have a chick that you just pray in public she don't speak? She, you know. Oh man.
Yeah, that's one of the ones you only go that I only went out with like once or twice. But went out with once. The second time I went out with them, like, yeah, it ain't going. Nope, not going to happen again.
That's that ratchet someone was talking about.
There you go. That's that ratchet one.
I've never messed with ratchet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not me either.
No, thank you.
I mean, you know, some people, they dip their big toe in the ratchet pool. You know.
Do you?
Not the date. You dip something, but not your big toe.
I was trying to be PG.
Not your big toe.
I've dated a white woman, and I can say respectfully I would never do it again. Respectfully.
Okay.
Respectfully. I love it.
Respectfully, you're taking it. It's like, hey, I've dated a white woman too. So, hey, cool.
No, because we have a white cast member, and I don't want to be disrespectful to him. So respectfully,
no, he's not a white woman,
but he's still white. He's still white. So respectfully,
the clan white.
Wait a minute, who's white?
Clearly not.
Me? Oh my God! All this time I thought I was Chinese.
I was just gonna say he's Oriental for sure.
I thought he was white. I'm sorry. Okay, so I can say this loud and proud. I will never date a white woman again in my life. The worst. When I say the worst experience, that was the story I was going to tell you for the first question. The worst experience. So because of and this could tell you how bad it got. Because of a non-disclosure agreement, I can't say everything, but perhaps I was called Little Negro. Perhaps. I now, and this is coming. My daughter is Hispanic, so clearly I do date outside my race, right? But I'm never going to do it again. Black woman, I am here for you because of crazy situations like that.
Right.
Real quick, I just want to recognize Gigi is in the chat room. There's more people that's come on. Please let yourself be known so we can properly give you a shout out. All right, sorry.
And I'm not seeing nobody in the chat room. So hello, everyone. I don't know what's wrong with
See, I told you guys, I always find crazy. I always find crazy.
He called you Gigi called you a black supremacist.
50-50. 50-50. I don't know.
I love Gigi. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to what Gary said.
They said hey, Cannon in the chat room. Lyrics said.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to what Gary said about wanting to freak. Let's talk about it a little bit. Let's talk about, since y'all want freaks, what is your freakometer? Are you into kink, or BDSM? You a switch, a dom, a sub? Let's talk about it. Let's start with you, Gary. I'm all here.
So, but not really, real talk. That's kind of terms that we kind of put on women. It's really, I think that's sexism, but I was just being funny. But for real, I think that however a woman wants to express themselves is, I'm open to.
Okay.
I don't look at any of that as like freaky behavior, whether it's, whatever it is. I mean, I'm literally, I am open. I'm open to it. I think actually, I'll go a little bit of history from a Kemet or we talk about like Isis or the womb and really that's the woman has the power anyway. Energy is what actually, that spiritual sexual energy is what actually can help us achieve our goals. I'm on a how can I say, I vibrate on a different level of frequency when it comes to that, and my wife and I, we share a different communication. So that I look at people like Beyonce, for example, who I think and even Erykah Badu, both of those women actually to me vibrate on a whole nother level of sexual energy that really and I'm not talking about just from the lower region of sex, but I'm speaking spiritually as well, which makes them powerful and makes the men that they actually have involvement with more successful. So there is a spiritual energy that is one of our most powerful energies, and I am like into that, and my wife and I share that space.
Nice.
All right. I don't know if you answered my fully question, but since you're married, I'm gonna let you mind your business over there. Everybody else unmarried. Kink, BDSM. What do you offer since that's what you want?
Yeah, I'm gonna tie you up. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I'm into that. The chains, the whips. That's my thing.
You do pet play too?
Pet play. I don't know what that is, but okay.
Okay, no, you don't. Because if you don't know what it is, you don't do it. That's all that matters. Ladies,
I don't know what that. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Crazy.
No.
If you once tied a chick up, I mean, does that really mean that you're into what is it, bondage? I mean,
some people might be interested.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're full out BDSM kind of store.
It doesn't count if you tie her up so you can get the hell out of there. It's like you got to tie her up to get the hell out because she's that ratchet. No, that doesn't count.
No, you got to tie her up because you're dealing with Aaron's type of crazy.
Yeah. I ain't never deal with that type of crazy.
Well, I'm from Detroit, so if you tie someone up, you're probably getting robbed.
No, I like it. I enjoy it. Like I'm real dominant, so I enjoy it.
Okay.
So
anybody else?
With tying up, it only goes one way.
It doesn't have to. That's why I asked, is everybody?
He's like, for me, you're not tying me up. I'm not about to submit to nobody ever. So you're not tying me up. But
I wasn't trying to tie you up anyway, Mr. Sir. So mind your business.
No, I was answering Kente's question.
He's like, the tying up. This is your turn. Your turn is my turn.
Yeah, that's a one-way street. That's not a two-way street.
We gonna work on you.
Tying up is a little too much, though. Tying up, that's a little too much. That takes trust. I wouldn't say that's like
it's supposed to. You definitely want to do it in a trusting relationship, Cepeda. You wouldn't let nobody tie you up.
You can't just the first time you get in with a chick, you just tie them up.
Hold on, Aaron. I can't hear what you say. You pretty basic. What again?
When it comes down to like sexuality and sex, I'm pretty basic. I don't really do too much of that extra shit. You know what I mean?
So
like,
you vanilla.
Vanilla.
You know what I mean? Missionary, doggy style, blah, 69. The basics. You know what I mean? You know, all the extra stuff, groceries.
So you like pillow princesses?
What was that?
So you say you're basic, so you like the pillow princess. You like missionary.
Hey, missionary is dope. Doggy style. I mean, different positions, but you know, nowadays, like
missionary dope.
Groceries, everybody eating groceries, you know, men like they ass ate out and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not into that. You said freaks, so I'm trying to define freak. Like, what y'all mean by freaks? You know what I mean? Like,
well, everybody's freak looks different. I mean, because several of y'all said y'all wanted freaks, but what one person may want for a freak, the other may be like, oh, that's too much.
It really don't take that much for me to get to that point. Sometimes it takes a lot for people to get to that point to where they can actually get that blood flowing the way they want to, but it really doesn't take that much for me. So I say, you know, the basics, you know the basics.
All right. Can't say you gonna let somebody tie you up.
Let somebody no. If I would have to be the tirer.
Y'all record this day. I'm gonna send y'all video in April. He gonna be tired.
Well, so I think Kente got his hands and feet chained up to the bedpost before.
He gonna be tired of.
Right, that's for sure. Right.
Mm-hmm. Like it. Kente, stop playing.
No, but you know what's interesting to me though is what about when Lyric says, does freak also refer to frequency?
Yes, Lyric. Reader comment before that. That's the funny one.
I'm not gonna say it. Aaron wouldn't like.
No, that. Read it.
She says, Aaron, anyone who would let you tie them up has to be crazy. See, I was gonna leave that alone. Shannon.
Don't come for me unless I send for you, Shannon.
No, because you said you were attracted to crazy, so she hit that right on the head. Like, you let people
I
tell
was
you
gonna
they're
leave that alone because I knew he wasn't in the chat.
LOL.
But you know, an interesting too. A question is, if you're with a girl who is a freak or whatever, or you're very sexually satisfied, and that stuff doesn't, that relationship for whatever reason doesn't work out, and then you get with a woman who's, a good woman, maybe the sex isn't on that level. How hard of it is? Let me start off with Finn. Is that a tough transition when you're eating steak and then all of a sudden you're eating
tuna tartare?
I'm actually upset you took the metaphor. I was just gonna say that if I'm eating prime rib and I gotta eat hamburger, I do have an issue with that, But there might be things you can kind of introduce to them. You know what I mean? You can talk to them, have dialogue, and say, hey, this is what I'm into, and hopefully you're into this too. And if not, then we may have some problems down the line.
I mean, but you can't bring that expectation. You can't put that expectation on everybody. No, I know for a fact everybody isn't going to be into what I'm into. So, and especially if the relationship not based on sex. So, no, I might be attracted to this one strictly because she's a freak, but the next one, she may not be a freak, but that might not be the thing that attracted me in the first place. So, I wouldn't say yeah to that.
So there's got to be some type of, I would imagine there's some type of balance. I mean, I can be attracted to you for different reasons. The sex has to be, adequate, if nothing else.
Well, I was just in a group and someone had posted the question, would oral sex be a deal breaker in your relationship?
Yeah.
Who said it?
Yeah, that'd be a deal breaker.
It definitely is. Definitely
it's 2018. If you're not sucking dick, then your motto is retired. Recall. So, yeah.
That's hey, to go the rest of your life without that. Nah, that's cruel and unusual.
So is
I gotta say, like,
or is they just the woman doing all the work here?
If it's bad, I could do like you got to do it. But if it's bad, I could deal with that because I could teach you exactly what I like. But I can't say I don't have to have it.
What is she doing? Like, what is she doing? Like she's taking medicine, drinking castor oil.
Right. She just kissed the mic, like.
Look, looks like Kippy. Show us what it looks like. Let's get an example of this.
Don't do it.
Don't do it, Kente. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Lose your man card.
Record it.
She's smart. But no, but you know what it looks like when someone's drinking castor oil.
No, I don't.
So you old like me.
Yeah, like if she's doing it and she's mad, like that's the problem. Like just I'd rather you don't do it at all than just complain the whole time.
So you like the Bible, you like a cheerful giver, huh?
What?
You like a cheerful giver? You want somebody to do it?
Be happy. Be happy.
How's she gonna bring up the Bible and oral sex in the same sentence?
She has to enjoy doing it.
We got a married man. We gonna talk about it.
That's a turn on. She has to
right to the Song of Psalms if we need to. Don't.
She has to.
That's how I brought that up.
She has to enjoy doing it. There's a difference too. Not just do it because I asked for it. You got to enjoy doing it.
Right.
Well, I'm just saying. You better.
Nobody want to get some head from a chick that got an attitude. That is like so lazy. That's just like, all right, whatever. Playtime over. Like, leave me alone.
That's that birthday head. I'll pass. It's your birthday, so here you go, baby. No, I'm good.
Like, what kind of quack people are y'all dating?
No, I'm just saying that no one likes that. Like, who likes to receive something that wasn't like that the other person didn't want to give in the first place? Who likes that?
Because it's kind of like, oh well, it's your birthday. All right, I guess I will do this for you. No, it's like, yeah, no. If you don't want to do it, I'd rather they not.
Right.
But if you're gonna do it, it's like if you're gonna do it and you like doing it, let's hope you can suck the chrome off the bumper. But it's like we'll be all right then.
Yeah, I think how you start something is how you finish it.
Right.
So I tell a lot of people, like, if you dated her and she wasn't doing certain things when you were dating, you can't get married and expect something different. You got the behavior that she's gonna, So yeah, so get it good in the beginning.
I think that's definitely a good point. I think sometimes we meet people and we think, oh, they'll get into it down the line, and then it's never quite the same thing.
I seen a thing on TV where this woman didn't do it, and she told him, if we last 10 years, that's when she gonna do it. And they lasted 10 years, and then she did it, and then she became a big fan of it afterwards. So she's like, man, I should have been doing this for 10 years.
Right. I was like, she's been missing out for 10 whole years.
Hey, Shannon, I'm taking notes because you said missing out. Like, yeah, a little glint in your eye. I think I saw a little sparkle when you said that. So I'm taking notes myself.
We talked about this on the first episode. We talked, or maybe it was the second. We talked about passion. Passion has to be present in your relationship in all areas. I mean,
that's right.
I'm batting for 100 in the bedroom. So yeah. But this is a men's show. I'm gonna mind my business. I'm just asking questions. Y'all need to know what I do. We'll talk about that next Monday.
We'll talk about that in private. One of the two.
Call me.
Show over. See y'all. Good night.
Hilarious.
All right. So, Olaf, what's the best advice you have been given regarding relationships?
Oh, wow.
Good question.
Good question.
You're welcome.
It's a good question. I don't know. I've been married twice. I don't know.
Oh, damn.
Okay, we'll get to your question then after this one. But
okay,
yeah. Any
nothing I can really think of other than the biggest thing is communication. Communicate. Talk. You got to communicate. Communication is key in a marriage. So
in compromise.
Well, it doesn't even have to be a marriage. You should be able to communicate in your relationship before you
right.
get.
Oh yeah.
Magically,
right. Communication is because communication is it's like, oh, I'm sorry, just in relationships I kind of went what? Communication is a big thing.
All right. Peter, what you say? What say you?
I would say my ex told me to before I do anything that I think that might be wrong, she said, put yourself in the other person's shoes before you do something. So that always stuck with me. That always stuck with me. I always put myself in somebody else's shoes before I do something. So
okay,
that was a big one. That was a big one.
What about you, Mr. Ferguson?
I would say that the best is, obviously communication is a great one. And before you even start a relationship, try to look at the person as a whole, and not just the things that jump out to you, Sometimes we can be blinded by certain things, and I think you guys know what I'm talking about. So,
ass titties.
There you go. That will definitely get your mind not right. But you want to, especially at this age, you want to definitely not let that be the only thing.
Right.
See, when I was Aaron's age, that was different. But now, Aaron got some more years of being blinded by the titties.
Yeah,
I do. I think that's the best advice I ever got. Thank you, Kenta.
All right, so let's move to the other three, but we switching the question. What's the worst advice you've ever gotten about relationships, Aaron?
Like, you want the real answer?
The real answer, dude? What you mean? This is honesty.
All right, the worst advice I ever got, right? And this gentleman said, never let her know how much you make, only let her know how much you spend. That is the worst advice I ever got in my life.
Okay.
It's horrible. Like I used to go by that, and now I understand how crazy that is. Like, just getting older and changing. I understand how crazy and how small that statement was.
Okay. All right. What about you, Finfin?
I was really ready for the other question, but if I had,
you can answer the other question if you want to.
No. Keep on topic. If I would have to say the worst advice, I would say is to never let them know how much you care. And I think sometimes we as men take that too far. You know, we're so busy trying to make a point that sometimes we, you know, I'm hard, I don't give a fuck or whatever. And sometimes that sends the exact wrong message because we actually do care, but we're so busy trying to show you that we don't. So worried about sweating you, so to speak, that sometimes we go, and I know me personally, I sometimes go too far to the left.
Okay. All right. Mr. Gary.
Yeah, so I like the other question as well, but I will share one though. Actually, it's one that you guys brought up as your favorite. Is one of the worst things I've heard is actually the whole piece that we always say about communicate. And the reason is because nobody really talks about like, I think the more important part of that is how to communicate. Because you can communicate some bullshit. You can be talking and it's like, it's not effective, right? So the other piece is that what I've always kind of shared with people is we typically lie to the person we're supposed to be the most honest with. So I think that actually in communicating, one of the things that I've done a lot, you know, with my wife is I'm just really honest with her about whatever it is. So even when a lot of marriages fall apart too, because you guys or people have different sexual desires or needs or whatever the case may be, and they are afraid or they don't feel comfortable sharing that with their partner. So they'll tell everybody else. They'll tell their buddies, they'll tell their girlfriends, you know, whatever. But they won't tell the person who can actually do something about it. So for me, it's not just the mere, you know, communicating. And I don't even, like when I go to weddings and I share information, I tell them the biggest plus, I think, one of the best things that you can do is in a relationship, to me, is to like mind your business. And what I mean by that is we get so caught up on how a marriage or a relationship should look based off of what we think somebody else's relationship does or is doing, but we're not in their relationship. So it's like really and truthfully, your relationship, no matter how it is designed, is your relationship. Yeah. So, you know, and so in that earlier question, like if you're a swinger and you and your lady or, you know, whatever, y'all get down with swinging, then that's your thing, right? That's you all's thing. Or if it's, you know, drinking hot lattes or something, you know, or doing whatever y'all said, like some kinky stuff, whatever it is, whether it's, you know, whatever it is, there's no limits on that, but it doesn't have to look, feel, or be a reminder of someone else's relationship. So I tell people to mind their business. That's the main thing. Whatever it is you guys have going on, make sure it's you guys' business. You do you.
All right. I'm going to hashtag that for the rest of the month. Mind your business.
That's right. Mind it.
You mind your business. I'll mind your business too. Okay.
Yes, yes.
All right. So, Kente.
Yes.
Let's talk about the bro code.
Okay.
How loyal are you to it?
I'm very loyal to it in this regard. You know, I'm loyal in this way. It depends on how we define what do you call the bro code, right?
How do you define the bro code?
If it's like I ain't gonna mess with a friend or a family member's ex, like I don't do stuff like that. I think that's shady. Okay. Especially in a city like LA, you know what I mean? Like where there's like women all over the place, you know, like, I mean, there's no need to do that. So when we're talking about that, yeah, I'm definitely that. Like, I don't like, this is one thing I don't like is you were dating somebody and then, you know, you were dating her for a couple of years or whatever. It didn't work out. And then someone's supposed to be your friend is like, hey man, you don't mind if I, You know, I think that's some foul stuff right there. But you know, so if we're talking about like stuff like that, yeah, I'm with that.
All right. Anybody else loyal to the bro code, or y'all violators?
Loyal bro code. Loyal.
That's
Like
Gary.
loyal.
I would say
Yep,
Kent,
that's
the way
Gary.
Kente
I'm
put it, I
loyal
would
to the
say
bro
yes.
code.
What'd you
Yeah.
say, Olaf?
I said loyal. That's like, yeah, I don't break the bro code.
Yeah, that'd be like, yeah, that's to me, that's foul. But some guys, man, there's some weird cats that literally will sit there and see you with somebody and be fantasizing about being with her, and then it's like almost like you being with her is the turn on for them. It's bizarre. I don't get that. Like, you know, like if it's like a friend of mine, like I'm talking about a real close friend and a family member, like, you know, or a brother or something. Like, I'm not sitting there pining for your woman like that. That's, to me, that's I don't know, man. I gotta look at cats funny style. Like that. I can see if you live in a small town where there's only but 10 women, you know, like okay, I'll give you a pass on that, but I mean, you live in a big city, you know, come on now.
Well, I don't know. I might break the code. It depends. For me, it
There's
depends.
different levels to the bro code.
It's subjective, exactly. You know what I'm saying? It depends on if it's just somebody you didn't give a fuck about, you know, whatever, and somehow or some way, like for example, I'll take a perfect example. My very first sexual experience was someone that my buddy dated first. He didn't really like her. He just dated her just to date her. We ended up dating a couple months later, and we dated for about 2 or 3 years. You know what I mean? And it was a little more than what he had with her, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it just depends. Now, if you tell me, hey, I really love her, and God forbid you married her or something to that thing, then that's different. But yeah, I was just dating her to date her, or I just smashed or whatever, then it's a little different for me.
Yeah, I think that's still in the bro code, though. You know what I'm saying? I would agree with that. That doesn't.
Some people just want to eat off your plate.
And I understand that too, and that's definitely something different. But for me, no, I'm not gonna forego my happiness because you went on 2 or 3 dates with her.
Well, I mean that is understandable, but I'm talking about y'all was booed up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I get that. That's definitely cross. I don't even think that's broke. I think it's just human decency. You know what I mean?
Right. It's like, oh yeah, Sharon, I'm with her now.
But what if you're supposed to be with her all along? What if she's your person?
No, that's not real.
I wouldn't know because
no, it's not happening.
I wouldn't know because I doubt it would ever get to that point. If me and Kente are really cool, good friends, and he was in love with you, Shannon, then I mean, really in love with you, I'd never know because I would put you in that zone where I'm not going to cross that line.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Neither one of y'all don't know because I'm be dating Olaf now.
That's fine.
I'm going for the AARP.
Because me and Kente going to trade stories anyway. So
would you date?
You gonna be Olaf's third ex-wife?
Plus two. Hold on.
Third time's a charm, homie. Don't get it twisted.
The other side, the other side of that too, though. Let's take it to the other side. Is that Kente's in love with you, or Kente dates you, or whatever, and you know y'all do whatever. Then me and you start dating, and then Kente comes to me and says, "Hey man, you're gonna love the way she sucked dick, though." Then I'm mad. I'm mad. You know what I mean? So it's a wrap.
She got skills, man.
Exactly.
Hey, right.
So now I'm mad at Kente, and I can't even really be mad.
But like, let me show you this video I did when.
Right.
Don't put my business out in the street, Kente. Mind your business. Okay? That's what Gary said. Mind your business.
Mind your business.
Hey, look. Yeah, that beats trying to. That's kind of. I seen a dude get his ass whooped for that. So I seen it. It was at a what do you call it? When you're about to get married.
Church.
It wasn't even a bachelor party. It was like a party before the wedding, and the guy
rehearsal dinner.
No, it was like a little party or something. Like I guess it was after the rehearsal dinner. And so this guy who had been dating the bride got drunk and then started going on a rant about how he used to date her, and the groom to be got pissed off and beat the shit out of that dude.
Yeah, that's an ass whooping.
Yeah,
I've never been married, but I know that's an ass whooping.
I think you really cross the line if you go to a wedding of somebody you date. I think that's kind of like risky. I mean, I don't know me. It's never happened.
Is that too much? And I'm asking for a friend. Are you supposed to go?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I've never done that. So
You should invite the ghost of Dick Pass, though.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, I would actually be curious why she even invited you. We're not talking about, like I said, we went on 2 coffee dates and whatever. But if we smashed and had some passionate shit, and you invite me to a wedding, I would be suspicious anyway.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is Martin.
I think I done fucked up then. Like,
see, Aaron, you young, bro. You young, man. I love you, Aaron.
Yeah, but at some point you got to stop using it as an excuse.
Would y'all guys?
No, I've never been to a wedding, a baby shower of a friend. Yeah, it was a friend's baby shower. I didn't know that was his child's mother, and when I seen her, and she seen me. I was like, I remember you, right? She said, yeah, I remember you too. And I was like,
baby.
Okay. Aaron, you had no business saying that. Yeah, no, she
it was just me and her. Like it was just me and her. We were both getting some
It don't
food.
matter. It don't matter, Aaron. See, you purposely you put that out there. You put that out there in the universe. Her ass.
No, because it was like
you have to say that. You have to say that. You have to say that, man.
I said this to Shannon once. Like if you're dating a girl, if you're dating a woman, and you bump into a guy, and women are really good at hiding what their previous relationship.
The best.
Like you will never get it from them, but the guy, he's gonna have that shit eating grin on his face. Like I've been there, like you'll know from the guy's reaction. Then you will know.
You're gonna say you're gonna love the way she sucked dick.
If you don't stop saying that,
wait, I got a question. Was I supposed to tell him? Like what was I supposed to do?
You weren't supposed to tell him. No.
I didn't tell him. I just said, hey, I remember you. She said, I remember you too. That was that. And
yeah, that's grown folk shit. Yeah, you weren't supposed to.
I didn't tell him though.
Like, yeah, man.
You wasn't hitting it when he was hitting it, right?
Debatably, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know when. I didn't know they were together. Like I don't know.
Well,
I didn't know they were a thing.
I was just saying that Aaron don't know. He don't know. He was hitting. He don't know. He don't care.
You're a savage, man.
No, I do care because that was. I mean, I got invited to my friends. Like that's a friend. It was.
Aaron gave her some Dunkin' Donuts so to get about your business.
I don't know if they were together or not.
They just dunking now.
No, you were good. You were good. Nah, you weren't supposed to say anything.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, would you even go to like that kind of an event of a girl that you used to you smash? Like, would you?
No, I have.
Yeah, it depends.
I've had old girlfriends come. It's like I had both times I got married. I had old girlfriends that I dated for a little while came to both of my weddings.
But that's
I can believe that.
They wanted to be invited.
Like, guys can do
off is a pimp. You better get it on.
No, guys can do that. It's okay for a guy to do it, but no, we're talking about women.
Look, man, I don't know. Again, I don't know, but I will say this: I have a real life, probably my best friend, and when we were younger, teenagers, he dated this girl, and actually her child is by him, which is a whole nother story, and they're lifelong friends now. And I always feel awkward when we're all together. She's married, he's married, and I don't think his current wife knows their past. But I always feel like it's an awkward situation to me, because they were like serious. Like I said, her actual child is, we don't talk about it, but it's like that whisper. We all know that child is his.
Right.
So wait a minute. His wife doesn't know he has a child?
No, his wife knows. His wife doesn't know that that's his child. I don't think she knows.
Oh shit!
I hope he ain't listening.
That's a bigger issue. Than,
you just snitched. He just violated bro code. He just violated.
I think that's a bigger issue than who he used to who he used to have sex with. So
Yeah, I think so
I
too.
mean, you know what I'm saying? If he's got a kid, that's something he should know.
Well, the thing is though, she never acknowledged it as his. Like when it all went down, she said it wasn't his, and then 12, 13 years later, it was kind of like, yeah, it is yours or whatever. That whole type of deal. Child is like 20 some years old now, so it's a huge difference. Whatever.
Tata said the woman no. She telling a whole fat, big, monstrous lie. She
And
know.
what's up, Tata?
Yeah,
That's
no, that's craziness. That's craziness.
another issue that we have to
That's
address
ratchet.
is that Finn just snitched and violated bro code. You have to address this right
He ain't
now.
listening. He ain't listening. I just texted what he was doing. I just texted what he's doing. He said he watching TV, so he ain't listening.
Would you guys snitch on? What would make you snitch on your homeboy?
If he did something to my sister, that's it. If it was my family or something, but outside of family, I'm not snitching on nothing.
You don't even have to be my homeboy.
No.
You don't have to be my homeboy. If it's just somebody I know, I stay out of that because you never. It's a lose-lose.
Right.
Yeah, man. That's
Anything other than a
what I'm
sister.
talking about too. When I talk about like minding your business, that's one of the things I'm talking about. Like, as adults, like we grown folk, and I have friends. I've got friends who, hey, they may have a mistress or whatever. This significant other may be in that life. They may, and that couple may be okay with that. But you bring what you think you saw into somebody else's relationship. That shit ain't cool because you don't know what was going on in their circle. You might have just
that's what women do. Women do that.
Y'all so different than us.
Yeah, women do that.
Y'all women code is totally different. You're totally different. It's like extreme. So yeah.
I mean, it is the Mars and Venus show.
Too, by the way.
So yeah, with like me, no, I see something going. That's your business. You got to deal with it. I'm not going to get involved with it because it's a no-win situation.
I can't stand a dude too. Like to me, that's some chump stuff though. To be like to go to somebody's woman and and snitch and all that. I mean, if it was something where her life is in jeopardy or something like that, that's different. But like, you know what? That's on them. They gotta do it.
Or even if it's your boy though.
Let me find out all y'all knew Kente was cheating, and I'm gonna gut you like a fish.
But no,
I don't know nothing. I'm legally blind.
Oh, I'll find out.
I'm not even talking about going to the woman though. I'm saying even sometimes, let's say it's your boy. Let's say it's one of your boys, and you see his girl out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's doing her thing or whatever. Still, to me, that's something like I actually have a frat brother who taught me this. Like we were in college. He said, "Yo, man, if y'all ever see my girl out with somebody else, I don't want to know." And when he said it, I thought he was crazy. I was like, "Yo, you tripping?" He's like, "Look, I have my own image of her, and I want to keep it. Now, if I find out on my own, that's something different. But I don't want anybody bringing stuff to my door." And as I got older, I was like, yo, that was like some of the best fucking advice. It's like because other people will project what they believe to be going on and have no fucking clue what's going on in your relationship. And you could be disrupting some shit that, look, I want to be ignorant to. And if if it gets to the point where it's so sloppy that I'm not ignorant to it, then that's when I got to deal with it. But not off some hearsay shit that somebody else brought to my door.
Everybody got their camera phone. So what if he like HD took a video of the situation? He's like, look,
don't
bro,
be filming me. You don't have my permission.
What happened?
Violation to me, man. That's like
I gotta agree.
Yeah, that's violation.
Hey Finn, remember it was like 2 episodes ago, and we were talking about like there's some things I won't understand till I get a little bit older. That might be one of them things.
No,
because I feel if you're my homie and you see my girl in these streets dotting around, you supposed to tell. I want to know. But don't bring a lie, but bring the truth. I feel if you my boy, like you say you my boy, tell me. Like, hey, I saw her.
No, I'm tell you why, bro. Because ignorance is bliss. I tell you, and you don't leave her anyway, and now y'all got that argument looming over your heads for the next 10 years. So no, bro, I'm sorry. If it's meant for you to find out, you're gonna find out. And once again, a real life story. I got a married friend, and I know through mutual friends, his wife has stepped out. I've never said anything. Never said because it's not my business, and because they've been married X amount of years, and whatever, they happy, he happy. I'm not about to mess that up.
Now, if you if it's your homeboy and he's out stepping out on his girl and stuff like that, if you go talk to your homeboy and say, "Hey, man, should you really be doing that?" Yeah, I mean, you tell her that you tell this one that you love her, and you're out stepping around with these other ones. That's a different story. You can do that. I mean, you can talk to your homie or your friend and say, "Man, you got a good woman there. Why do you want to go do this?" And you keep it between you and your boy, and that's fine.
That's a part of bro code, though. That's a part of being a brother. You check your brother when he's wrong, of course.
Right.
Of course you do that.
What about this? You don't want to, like I said, you don't want to go to him and say, "Hey, your girl's stepping out on you." I made that mistake years ago when I told a buddy of mine that his wife was messing around with somebody else. And, of course, they wound up splitting up, and both of them were friends of mine. And when it's all said and done, neither one of them, I haven't talked to them in 30 years. So
you don't know if you want to talk to them regardless. But I feel if you my boy, like you say you my boy, if you see my girl on a date and you know it's a date where they kissing, like, you bring that to me. Let me know. I want to know, especially from the people that I trust like that, that book codes apply to. I want to know.
Okay, what if it was your sister? Or like, say your sister.
I'm beating his ass.
Dating this guy.
Y'all better tell it.
Real cool with the guy.
Wait, I'm sorry, I can't hear your question. Everyone talked at the same time. I can't hear the question.
Okay, say you got real cool with your sister's boyfriend. Y'all real tight. Y'all best friends. But that's your sister. You seen this man out here messing with another woman.
Blood over.
Tell your sister.
Blood over everything.
Wait. I said unless it's my family,
I'm
that's the only way I'll violate that.
Oh yeah. No, if it's
I'm gonna probably beat his ass. Actually,
yeah, he getting his
I'll
ass.
probably beat his ass.
I mean, to tell the truth, I will check him first. And when I say check him, I'm gonna check him hard. It's gonna be a different conversation than when I have like a real friend where it's like, "Yo, you tell this girl you love her," type of thing. I'm gonna be like, first of all, you telling my sister something and then living some other type of life. It's gonna be a whole different conversation than like.
And actually, I'm gonna take it another step further. I would think he's disrespecting me if you were my sister.
Yeah.
And you see, and we out, and I see you with a chick, and you're like, "Yeah, what up, though?" Like, "Oh, you disrespecting me too?" Yeah, I gotta whoop your ass.
Yeah. Like if I see my sister's boyfriend out with another chick, he better run down the street. Like, let me know. Like you better show it. You better show
exactly.
If you just walk up to me, "Yo, hey, what's up, my man?" Nah, we fighting on site. It's on site right there.
Real quick, I want to give Tachi a shout out in the chat room. She just came in. Okay, Finn? What about if it's this situation where one of your homeboys is cheating with one of your other homeboys' woman?
I still will stay out of that, man.
Stay out of it.
I would stay out of that.
Yeah, I'll stay out of that too.
I'll stay out of that, man. That's real, man. So that's
the
one.
Lose
lose, man. That's a lose.
I mean, would you say something to him about him doing that?
That's the one though. If it's two of my cats and one of them's being dirty, now I'm not telling my boy, but I'm whooping my other boy ass. That's real violation.
I would talk to the cheater, like, "Yo, man, come on, man. You better than that, man. Leave that alone."
Yeah. I'll check the dude that's like fucking my homeboy girl. like dog, what did you messing up the brotherly love? Like, how could you say you my brother?
Yeah.
And how can you say you his brother and you fucking his wife? Like, you ain't his brother. You some regular dude on the street.
Right.
Because that lets me know I can't leave my girl around you either. Because you really
Yeah. Accurate facts.
And if you're dating my sister and I catch you out with somebody else, it's real simple. I got a 357 and a shovel, and I don't think anybody's gonna miss you.
Damn. And he's in Indiana.
I'm over here talking some real nice game. Anybody in this panel ever cheating? I know a couple of have talked about it.
Yeah,
I've already said I have.
Yeah,
Define cheating.
and that's
Define
what-
cheating.
Define cheating.
Who said that, Finn?
Yeah.
Yeah, because here's the thing, cheating is again subjective. You know, it depends on who you with. You know, I had an ex that to her cheating was talking to coworkers on the phone. Like, come on now, really?
Finn.
Yes, baby.
Yeah, Finn.
You blink in the wrong
stretching.
direction. You're cheating. Stop
Oh,
it.
see, that's okay. That's like I said. So I know now. Blink when you ain't looking.
Getting miscellaneous coochie. And you're in a relationship.
That's obviously that's definitely cheating. But like I said, it
What do you
just
have when
depends
I was
on.
in college?
Yeah, but let's not be making it a whole shade of gray. Have you cheated in a relationship or not, bruh?
Yeah, I've cheated more times than I want to admit.
You make crazy women. That's part of your problem.
I was gonna say that. You know, there's a saying I read a little while ago. It says that no woman is crazy until she dates the wrong dude. I'm just saying.
Well, whoever wrote that is a liar, and
I'm
they
just saying.
violated
Just
bro
saying.
code. They're a liar.
I'm just saying. I didn't say I agree with it. I'm just saying it did make me pause for a second.
And it's a
And I
picture
heard
right
that too, man.
next to that sentiment.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
See, only
I've heard
women
that
could agree
too.
to that. That's not true.
I've heard that, Finn. Yeah, I heard that too.
I think some come out of the womb though.
So the rest of y'all,
Mm.
y'all all monogamous. Y'all ain't never cheated, stepped out on your relationship. I mean, married man, you ain't gotta answer that. But
I
everybody
think
else,
it's pretty normal though. I think it's,
It's
pretty
pretty
normal, especially
normal.
when you're young.
Back,
Yeah,
like
we
back,
young.
back
Like I
in
said, I think it's subjective, man. When I was separated, I dated other people. Is that cheating? Some people might say it is. You know.
I mean, you still married technically.
Okay, so then I cheated.
That
Then,
ain't-
you wanna call
that-
that. But she was
that's
dating
not
people
cheating.
too. She was
That's
dating
not
people too. So
Wait, explain how is that cheating? If you separated, getting a divorce,
Because what
You're
if they
not allowed
cheated and decide to stay married?
then they should have did
yeah,
that
but
in the first place.
apart. We was apart. So I felt like, yo.
No, I would.
But to some
Can
people, that
someone,
is
can
cheating. So
someone
I
explain
understand
that to me for real? Like I'm confused. How is that cheating?
I think that's like letter of the law type stuff. Like,
Yeah.
technically, yeah, you cheat.
See, there is no
But seriously,
guys. There
I
is
don't
no
think that's-
letter of the law, y'all.
Yeah.
There's no letter of the law. That's what I'm saying, y'all.
Yeah,
Who defined the letter of the law? Who
thank
defined that
you.
shit?
Yeah,
And I mean, there are other places. You know, monogamy is a Western culture anyway. It's not even. I mean, so everybody doesn't live in a monogamous lifestyle.
You right.
So
You right.
who defined these definitions and said this is the box you got to be in?
You don't
That's
have to
other
be.
people's
I just-
projection of some shit.
I just
But
want to
when
bring up the
shoe
fact
is
that
on the other foot, I don't
I
know many men who want they.
I want to bring up. I want to bring up the. Hold on, real quick.
Uh-huh.
The person that asked this question, aka Shannon, says she dates and she dates whoever. She did say that. And remember that. Aaron,
Yeah.
another show. She
Yep.
said, "Hey, if I'm dating you, then it's whatever." She did say that.
Yeah, she
So,
did.
Yeah,
so by
'cause
definition, she's
really-
cheating.
Yeah. But here we go. Tata says real quick. Tata says cheating until the ink dries on the divorce paper.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
And lyric
I
says,
appreciate you, Tata. Thank you for the ladies. It ain't our show, but we gonna dominate.
Nah,
that.
hold on. No, if we saying we're gonna work something out, then yeah, it's cheating. But if you off doing your thing and I'm doing my thing, it ain't cheating.
Queen,
Like,
I'm gonna wait till
I
you
feel-
ink dry on your divorce papers before I get in your spot. Okay.
I
If
feel
you
if
can put adultery behind my name. Okay. Thanks.
if you separated and you living in two different apartments, how is that cheating? You the writing's on the wall. Y'all
I don't
literally
think
waiting
you
for
live in two
the.
separate apartments. Once again,
What
true
is that
story.
gonna do if you living in separate apartments? You could
I
be
was-
on the
No,
I'm
third
giving
floor and she
example
could be
of
on
it.
the fourth floor. What that mean?
if you feel like your marriage is over and you want to date me, then hey, it's all good. That's all I'm saying.
let me ask the fellas this question when it comes to a woman cheating on you.
Can we talk about it? Thank you, Kente. Thank
Is it worse that she had a relationship with a guy behind your back, or she had this one, she slept with somebody, it was one time, she confessed or whatever?
Okay, can I answer
I
that?
can't
It's all
choose
the same.
between
It's
the
all
two
the
evils.
same.
Can I
It's
answer
all
that?
the same.
Uh-huh.
I think men are different than women.
Go
I
ahead.
think that first off, we're gonna be insulted that she found somebody else and had
Mhm.
sex. But if you take the emotion out, I think the fact she had a relationship with somebody else is worse. Only because women, they tend to bond more through that. You know what I mean?
I would say it's all the same. It's
Mm-hmm.
all the same whether she's in a relationship or just had sex, because women are emotional beings. So they either way, she's gonna love that person. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but
It's rare
women
for a
got some.
woman to just
Can I
randomly
say
have
this?
sex with a guy.
Well,
You know what I mean?
Can I say this without offending?
It's
Hold on.
rare.
Women got some nigga in them too, and sometimes she just want to
Some of
smash.
them, but not all of them.
Mhm.
You know, most women have to
Sometimes she
have some
just want
type
to
of love
smash,
for a man.
and I gotta appreciate that, or at least accept it for reality.
Well,
man, I think like again, guys and girls and Shannon, I think that these are like those ancient ways of like really thinking on this type of stuff for real. Like women are just as sexual and have just as much of a sexual drive as men do,
Okay.
and have just as much desire as
Exactly.
men do.
Exactly.
That shit that you know so real talk, like it is, these things that we're saying, some of this shit is like the women, they're more emotional. I mean, that's only because society has said that shit. That shit ain't necessarily true.
I think it's true,
Some
but
women,
I mean, but
that's
there's a
look, man.
difference. There's a difference between somebody
We
cheating
can,
and somebody saying, "Hey, let's have an open relationship."
and I think women can
there
turn those emotions
absolutely
off
is.
sometimes, especially if
Give
she
me,
pissed off
give me
at.
the option. Give me the option to decide if I want to let you sleep with Tina and
I agree
Nicole,
with
because I'm gonna go ahead and sleep with Bobby and Michael, and we just gonna be cool about it.
Bobby and Michael, really?
that. Right.
I think
What
women
about
can turn
Tito?
those emotions off though.
And
Okay.
Tito
She
and Randy too?
she can, especially actually she can emphasize that if Shannon's really mad at me, she might go smash somebody just to piss me off. She don't give a fuck about that person, but she's trying to make a point. So she turned the emotions. I mean, okay, maybe not you, but I'm saying though.
I would eat all your favorite things though, and leave the bags empty on the cabinet. Maybe something childish like that, but no.
Okay, well, see, that's different. I wouldn't get upset about that. We wouldn't break up over that.
I don't want nobody in. That's energy. No, thank you.
I don't.
Yeah, we can all agree that women have a high sex drive just like men do.
Mhm.
But men
Absolutely.
Higher.
can have
I think
sex.
higher.
Okay.
Especially in the
men
40s.
can have sex. Men can have sex with multiple women and not even care about these women. A woman cannot, in my opinion, doesn't randomly have sex with men who they don't care about. Like it has to be some.
What
type
women
of
have you met?
I'm about to say there's some out there that break that rule.
There's some, but
But they're the exception, not the rule.
Okay, I can agree with that.
Nah, they just this is what happens. This is what happens. Is that they just don't let you know. So you believe that they aren't, right? It's kind of like society. So women have to deal with this shit of like suppressing shit or not telling things, right? So they have to make you believe that they don't poop, they don't fart, right? But everybody know the fuck they fart. Same thing. So same shit, we put these
If she
images.
fart, I'm
Somebody
breaking
put
up
on
with her.
Facebook the other day.
If she farts, I'm breaking up with her.
Yeah, I hear you, man. You know what I'm saying? Somebody put on Facebook like, it's disgusting to see women smoke cigars. So that's like our own bullshit. Women do the same shit and love the same
And if she
shit.
smoke a cigar
And the reason why a lot of
after she
men-
fart, it's definitely over.
You know what I'm saying? And some men can't actually get the woman to orgasm because the fact that they won't let her just be free. They're so into like, yo, she a freak if she do this, she a freak if she do that. Women aren't supposed to like this shit like that, or they like to get fucked just like we do. Period.
okay.
Period.
But as far as like, okay,
And
let's talk
some
about
guys
polygamous
fall for women.
relationships.
what you saying,
guys
Sebastian?
fall for women
How many women
hard.
you know are in relationships as far as having multiple men?
Yeah, nah. I don't know.
See, that's what I'm saying. I'm going back to the nature of a man. To see, the man can have multiple women. It's not in a woman's nature to have multiple men like that. You know, that's what I'm saying.
What kind of whack ass dude would want to be like a sister husband or whatever you call that crap, brother husband?
You say you want to be my sister husband?
But
Yeah,
see,
no.
hold on, though. We gotta
I
understand.
need 3.
Times have changed, man. The sexual revolution is upon us. I think that a lot of our standards have slipped. Maybe even if you want to call it for the lesser or even worse. I think that nowadays things have changed. I think there are some women out there that have said, "Fuck that! I'm doing it because you do it."
Let me ask you a question, Finn. Do you have a brother?
Yes, I have two.
Okay, what if one of your brothers said, "Hey, I married this girl, I'm the third husband. I get her on Thursday nights."
I would look at him like he's fucking crazy.
Right.
I'm not understand. Even though I said that happens, I'm not doing it. You know, I'm not being third husband. Pass that shit on. I'll be third
Like,
side
Thursday
dude.
night, I'm tearing
I
it
was
up.
like, you gonna be the third side dude.
I'll be the
then.
third side dude. I have no problem being the side dude, but I'm not being third husband. There's a little difference to that.
Okay.
Thursday night, I tears it up.
Let me get that application ready.
Not everything is equal. I say. I don't think.
It's not.
I don't believe in. I believe in double standards. I think some double standards are meant to be.
Double standards.
No, I mean, look, you guys get the best double standard. If the ship is going down, you and the kids get off first.
Yep.
The double standards. I mean, that's life. I mean, it is what it is.
What they got to do with sex, though?
I'm just saying it is what it is. You can kiss a girl and still be straight. Oh, I was just playing. If Kente kiss me, then it's a wrap. We gay. We might as well get married. It's over. I can't say, "Oh, I kissed him one time." I can't say that. I can't say that.
A woman can say this. A woman can tell a guy, "Hey, you know, when I was in college, I experimented. You know, with
exactly."
And it, you know, you'll be like, "Oh, okay." If a guy tells his woman, like, "Hey, man, I was in college," you know, it was one night I was.
This dude fucked the shit out of me. It's over. It's over. He's down low. Y'all gonna blackball him.
30 years ago. He's like,
ain't no coming back from that.
I cannot with you guys.
I mean, but I'm just saying though that there are double standards, and Kente's right. Typically, you women get the best of the double standards, so just accept them.
It don't feel like it. It don't feel like it.
If you on a single ship, you would love that one.
You know why I don't feel like it? Because women want 100% of everything.
Right.
You want 100% of the double standards.
How you doing, Miss Unknown 78? Yeah, I mean, I feel like y'all get the better end of a lot of stuff. So.
Wait, hold on, pause. Kente, you think it's a bad thing you can't kiss a dude? Is that what you're saying?
Hell no. I'm good with that one. No, I'm talking about the ship sinking.
I know, I'm just messing with you, but no, yeah. I definitely.
Yeah, why can't we wear dresses? No, I ain't on that.
You can wear a dress if you want to.
Nah.
Only young thug does that.
Man, we should do a thing about what happened to hip hop. Oh my god. That's another panel in this, man. Oh man, that Tupac rolling in his grave. Oh wait, I forgot. Suge Knight said Suge Knight's son says he's still alive. So that's crazy.
Lyric said it's Kente, not Kanye. You gorgeous.
Where's that?
Lyric said that.
She just wrote that in there. It's Kente, not Kanye. Hilarious. Dang, I was a little behind on that one. I didn't see it.
That's
all right. So, what's the last thing that you want to ask our panel before we say goodnight?
I'm going to ask y'all this question. What do you wish women knew about you?
Okay.
Not a damn thing.
What up, Olaf?
It's like not a thing. That's what. What do I wish women knew about me? I don't know. I'm a nice guy. That's about it.
You are.
I would say
that, ladies.
I would say I wish that women knew that just because I'm busy doesn't mean I have a lack of interest in you. You know, I work. I have 3 children. I have things going on, and I think sometimes they take you're not interested in me because you don't do this and that. No, I don't have the time. You know what I mean? And I think sometimes women really, really harp on the fact of what you do or don't do with them. So that's my thing.
Thank you, Fan.
No.
Who else? Because it's still 4 of y'all that didn't answer my question.
I would say my goals and my dreams will always be more important than you. My goals and my dreams. Being a successful artist. You know what I mean? Trying to be a successful artist and having my own gallery and one day having a museum. Like, all that is more important than relationships or that type of thing. Like, I feel like maybe next lifetime I'll deal with that. But right now it's more about taking care of business and being successful.
Interesting. Thank you, Lyric said, well, damn. Look, me and her are soul sisters on that one because I was like, I felt that in my spirit. You just hurt my feelings. But okay, moving along. Aaron?
I don't know. That's a good question. I really don't. I can't think of.
You know what Aaron wants y'all to know?
I really don't know.
Aaron wants y'all to know if you don't have a passport. Aaron wants you to know if you don't have a passport, you cannot date him. That's what he wants y'all to know.
I know they know that already. I don't need them to find out. They know that already.
Well, these might be new listeners, so they may not know.
Oh yeah, I guess it could be like, well, just because I make like sometimes stupid mistakes doesn't mean like I'm not willing or eager to learn. Like I get the fact that sometimes the things that I say can come off like, oh, he's a big asshole or he's chauvinistic and things like that. But I'm actually not. Like, I wish someone would stay around long enough to actually find out.
That's real. That's real.
Yeah.
Do they let crazy ratchet women have passports?
Probably not.
And also, I want women to know about the passport situation. You know, this has been like 4 episodes straight that this
never
came
gonna
up.
die if I'm on the show. It's never gonna.
Or me either. I think you're not gonna live that one down.
I love it though. I love it.
Can I explain this, or do we have time?
You got 2 minutes. It's 2 other people. Go ahead.
Okay. So what I mean by that, I don't want to date a woman that doesn't have a passport. Now, what I'm actually saying is I don't want someone that has no options. If you do not have a passport, you are stuck. You are forced to think one way. You are only forced to think domestically. And that carries over into the other things and other aspects of life. You're stuck. You can't do some of the things that I want to do. Matter of fact, you're not even able to think that way.
So that chick can come home like, baby, I bought a trip to Vegas. I'm like, fuck Vegas. I'm going to Dubai. Bye, bitch.
No, I mean, yeah, but see, think about this. Think about this. If I say, hey, pick anywhere you want to go, let's go, because I'm feeling like just getting up and going somewhere. And you say, let's go to California. You're not forcing me to grow. You know what I'm going to say? I don't want to go to California. I do business in California. We're not going to see each other. I'm going to be focused on making this money. Oh, no, okay, let's go to Miami. Miami's $100. I don't want to do that. I did that already. Like, if you don't have a passport, the way you're thinking is so small. Think bigger than that. That's all I'm trying to say.
I kind of agree with what Aaron's saying. I agree with what he's saying to some degree, right? So from the standpoint, what I get from that is that not having a passport is kind of similar to not really opening up your mind to new things, new adventures. But the only thing I would kind of shy away from is that it's okay also to want to go to Miami.
Yeah,
it's just not okay to only want to.
There you go.
Only want to go to Miami.
Yeah.
Right? So I mean, it's cool to go to Miami. It's also cool to go to Dubai or to go to, but it's
what I really mean is you're forced to only think one way. You're forced like that, and that unfortunately carries over to the other ways that you think. I'm thinking on a different level. My frequency is on a different level. If you can't match that, then why am I with you? You're not forcing me to grow. And that's really what it means.
Well, I got a question for you, Aaron, real quick.
That's just crazy because you ain't get a passport.
Well, no, I kind of agree with that, but check this out though. Before you actually sleep with her, right? Because you don't want to get all the crazies. Are these the conversations you're having with them before you fuck them?
Come on, man. Come on.
That's real talk.
No, that's not. Right? That's not. I don't.
Because we talking about that frequency, we vibrating, right?
But also, if we're being real, I'm not in a relationship. I'm still in the club, in the bars. I'm out here like that. So I'm not going to have these conversations with every chick, because every chick don't every chick doesn't get that. Every chick doesn't see the side where I'm like, let me take you on a vacation. So I can't agree with.
I'm speaking to the ones that you're dating, like dating. Like you said, you deal with the crazies. You break up with these crazies. They stalkers and whatnots. So those are the ones I'm speaking to, right? That's what I'm talking about. Like, I'm not talking about you had a one night stand and you never see the chick again. I'm talking about the ones really though that obviously if you decided this is a special one that you're gonna pursue them a little differently. I'm just saying, are you having these conversations early on?
Yes, that's why I said I'm not looking for someone that doesn't have it, because I am having these conversations, and unfortunately, a lot of the women that I'm dating are coming up short. Like I feel women can put this, and it's another double standard. Women can have this checklist and this thing that they're looking for, and they can stick to it. And when they tell people, it's like girl power. Yeah, I'm looking for this. But when a man says it, it's like, what? How you don't want a woman with no passport? It's like,
no, I'm down with you on that, bro.
A dude with no cars. It's the same thing.
I'm down with you on that, right? Hey, even when before I got married, my wife, we both had passports. You know what I'm saying? So I understand where you are with that. But what I'm speaking to again, it was two things. Like I said, one, you kind of use places like more so like only because like you kind of eliminated aspects more so like, if she wants to go somewhere domestic, then that's not cool. Well, you can actually go to Milwaukee and learn some shit. So I mean, it's not a thing where you can't do things here as well. So but if it's a thing where if you're using the passport analogy has to say as a sample or an example of saying, I'm want someone who wants to try new things and see new things, then I'm totally with that.
I see what you're saying.
So I'm totally with that piece. The other thing though that you said, and this is just going back to what you said earlier, as far as like the different types of women. So when I talk about that vibration, when you use that word vibration as well, right? So our sexual energy is one of the biggest vibrations that we have. So if you're actually getting down with a sister, right, you're doing all that with the sister, but in truth, you're just doing it on a lower hemisphere. Really, you're just doing it from a lower region of self. Then you kind of wondering like, why is she crazy? Because what somebody said is like, sometimes the man bring out the crazy. That's real talk. Because if you're vibrating on a high frequency, brother,
what I also
gotta
said
make
was
sure she can relate to that frequency before you actually penetrate.
I also said is I make mistakes and I'm learning and I'm eager to learn. I also said that, right?
You did, brother. You did.
Blinded by the beauty.
Okay, who else didn't answer the question? What else would you like women to know about you?
I think it was
you.
It might have been Gary.
Gary.
Well, I'm happily married. Really, I'm happily married. I got a beautiful wife.
Hey, beautiful wife.
Yeah. We sometimes I guess the biggest piece, and I've shared this with her, is that when we're having like group discussions sometimes and it gets heated and people are talking and whatnot, some of my views, especially historically, some things I believe which she's heard me speak on a billion times, is like she doesn't know, still sometimes like she doesn't know where it's coming from. Sometimes I'm like, man, do you really understand me? So so just understanding, I guess, some of my more intimate thoughts in my head a little bit more deeply.
Okay.
That's what's
Larry,
up.
you want everybody to know that you happily married. Amen. Praise the Lord.
Yeah.
He getting a nookie tonight. Gary he gonna be smiling tonight, that's for sure.
He's gonna wake up a changed man.
Well, no. Oh yeah, I guess I haven't gone. Yeah.
Please do.
I think that let's see how she looked at me. No, I just want the question was what I want women to know about me. I would say that I'm a very passionate person in a lot of different ways, and I'm very passionate about the work that I do. I'm passionate about my community. I'm passionate about living life to the fullest. Mm-hmm. And I, you know, sometimes I go 100 miles an hour, and I can like what Finn was saying, that sometimes I think in the past I've been, you know, because I'm so working on so much different things and my head's in a lot of different places, sometimes I have forgotten to show that, you know, that I occur. So so I think if the, you know, that's something that I want to work on, is that, you know, because sometimes life pulls you in so many different directions and you forget sometimes about the person right there with you who might be in the trenches with you, and you know, throwing them grenades back. You know, so that's definitely something that I wanted to do. So,
because I'll tell you if I don't care, I'll tell you leave me alone. Stop calling me.
Don't be rude.
If I don't say that,
Yo,
then
I have a quick question.
Uh-huh.
A quick question for the people out here who are married, who have wives.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything more important than your wife? I'm not saying like any other person. I'm talking about some type of your dreams or your goals, or something that you're really passionate about is more important than your wife. Like you would choose that over your wife if you had to.
Dig it. That's a real good question, and that's one I can actually answer. I can actually answer that. My wife knows this. So there's actually two things. One, and I've shared this with my wife plenty of times, is I love Black people more than I love anything or anybody.
Amen.
Like even real talk, like even more than my children, you know what I'm saying? Because it comes full circle, right? That love for Black people, for me, comes full circle and allows me to maintain myself as a father and as a husband, because I understand the thing, that the void that our community has as it relates to that, right? So it keeps me more focused in that regard. So that's one, right? And then secondly, I believe that everyone should have a purpose, right? A dream or a purpose or whatever it is. But my purpose was not to be a husband, nor was it to be a father. So my purpose is definitely one of those things in which I cherish more than anything, because that is what I believe the Creator put me here to manifest. So, yeah, I'm with you on what you said earlier as well.
Right. That's why I made that statement, because every woman that I date, always let them know, like, art. Well, I would say my daughter and my art in that order, and then you. You know what I mean? Like, always. Because that's something that I'm passionate about, and I have dreams. I want to build my own empire so I can leave for my family. You know what I mean? Because the woman, your wife, not always gonna be there. She might leave you after 15 or 20 years. But if I stop what I'm doing or stop doing what I'm passionate about, then I'm stuck. You know what I mean? I don't waste time.
So you put her first, the 25th year when she's still there.
I'm not married, but or not anymore. But I still think for me personally, the wife would be first or everything, because everything that you guys mentioned can be done with your wife. And I think that the whole, that's the issue with marriage nowadays, is people find side goals, for lack of a better word, to not put, you got to put that wife first. And if she's really your soulmate or really the one for you, everything that you guys said you can do with her.
You better give
I totally agree with that, Finn. I totally agree with that.
It sounds good. I'll say that sounds good.
I mean, I'm not saying it.
You a cynic. I don't know about you, Cepeda. You a cynic. It sounds like it to me. You need to meet somebody who will blow your mind.
What Finn said,
I can be a little heartless. I can be a little bit of heartless, only
I can tell,
because I'm, like I say, I'm passionate about certain things. If I'm passionate about certain things, then I don't mind cutting people off. You know what I mean?
You know what I love?
Lyric just said in the chat when you talk about community, said in that case we'll be together on serving the community or building the race. That's exactly what I'm talking about. If that's your wife, if she's down for you, then everything that is important to you is important to her too. And that's that whole compromise thing.
You know what I love? You know what I love about what Cepeda said? You know what I love about what Cepeda said though was that, you know, he was telling the truth, because a lot of people would say, what sounds good. I'm not saying anyone who said opposite is saying what sounds good, but you got to give it to him for saying exactly how he feels. And to be honest with you, I've dated many artists, creative type women, and that's the truth. That's what it is. And that's their mistress, or that's their wife.
But they weren't your wife though.
Obviously,
no. Right?
Ooh.
What did you say? I didn't hear what you said.
I said they weren't. He said he dated women that put their career first, but obviously they weren't his wife.
Oh no,
that's all. That's my point. So I'm just saying, and maybe it's a fairy tale.
I'm not,
maybe it's extreme.
I'm not talking about, again, and I want to make sure I'm clear. I'm not talking about like your career. I'm not talking about a career. I use the word purpose because, again, we were all brought here. Everybody is born for a purpose. That purpose is not to be married. That purpose was not to be married. That's not your purpose. Your purpose is not to just have children. That's not our purpose, our individual purpose. But some people don't know their purpose, and some people never discover what their true purpose is. But if you do have that purpose, if you've tapped into that, then you understand that purpose is a purpose that could change the world. So, for example, we talk about
change it with her. Change it with her. Beyonce out there on stage with Jay-Z.
Hold on for a second. Let me finish what I'm saying. So, like, I'll use somebody that everybody can relate to. So let's say Martin Luther King, for example. Right. Now, he had a beautiful, incredible wife in Coretta Scott. Right. Beautiful, incredible. But his purpose took him away from his wife on a daily. Right, he traveled. His life was threatened. The whole nine. Now you can believe Coretta Scott said, "Man, baby, you've been getting death threats so much. You should chill out." And he said, "No, baby, because this is my purpose."
Okay,
so he did what he had to do.
But doing all that,
he did what he had to do because that was his purpose, right? And it changed the world.
I agree with that.
When we tap into purpose, I'm not talking about career. I want to be the best corporate lawyer. I ain't on that. I'm talking about your purpose. Your purpose could be, doing something, just something civic. I don't know, but my point is, and that goes for women as well. When and that support system is when they dial into and understand that you have a certain purpose, just like they have a certain purpose, and you two combine, build on that.
Isn't that your role as a leader, though, to find somebody to align with your purpose? So you don't have to.
Yes, that is.
I just want to say too, though, that she was part of that purpose. Her being at home when he did come home, her being at home when he called her, that was part of it. She was supporting the purpose too. She was part of the whole thing.
Absolutely.
So I'm saying, so it still is. You can do all that and still put her first. Is what I'm saying. But
he didn't put her first.
I'm a married.
I mean, that's subjective too. That's subjective.
But he didn't. For real, y'all. He didn't put her first. He put the cause first. The same with.
My career and my purpose is the same. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? That's why.
And it can be.
And let's be honest though.
Wait. You're lucky. You're lucky to have that.
Maybe he would have been home that night on that balcony. Let's keep it real.
Right, but if we go, what I'm saying. If we go there, there's a lot of things if he would have maybe not done right that we wouldn't have benefited from as people.
I agree. I just think
it's you know what I'm saying?
I just really, man, maybe it's a fairy tale, and like I said, I'm divorced, so maybe I still think though that the sanctity of marriage is all encompassing. I think that when you find that one that you want to devote your life to, everything that's important to you is important to them, and you build it together. That's just me.
I mean, I've never been married, but I would hope that's the truth. Like, I find someone that I could build with, and we share the same purpose, and I can put her first. I pray to God that happens. I wouldn't put my wife behind anything else.
I don't even think it's putting her first so much as you two together. I mean, you're a unit.
Yeah.
So just because you out there giving a speech doesn't mean that she's not with you.
You're right. You're right. But I guess again,
I mean,
I
thought
making it plain is that like I've heard somebody else say this before, and I believe this, right? Like sometimes people get married or you get in relationships and you're trying to make the other person happy. And I don't believe that you can make anyone else happy. They may have to make themselves happy. You have to make yourself happy. The success of that relationship, the success to me of that relationship is the fact that both of you are full and are happy, and you can bring that happiness into the relationship so the other can experience your happiness with you and vice versa. So it's the same thing when it comes to me when I'm speaking of purpose. Like my wife has a purpose. She was born here regardless of, the creator may have known we were going to meet and marry or whatever, but she had a purpose for my wife. The same for me. We have individual purposes. At the same time, yes, we can coexist and we can foster each other in a way where that we show that support and it helps. But the whole point that I'm making is, again, understanding and identifying that purpose, and if you have that, then that's just,
what if she helps you achieve that purpose? She might help you achieve that purpose.
She absolutely does.
But you know what a tragedy is, Gary, is when people are mismatched in purpose. When you align yourself with somebody who doesn't catch that vision or that purpose that you have, and then you get caught up in whatever craziness. Because even though you may have been brought on this earth with purpose, if you are attached to maybe a counterfeit or someone who appears to be the right one for you in your purpose, you can get jacked up and set off course.
Yeah, you're right. That's real too. But it's not I just want to make sure that Fan gets me. It's not a minimizing.
No, I don't think it was. I don't think it was. I appreciate everything you said, brother. I think that it was just the verbiage you used of saying. But I think that even you, based on what you said, you're still putting your wife first. It may not be a literal sense, but you going to do whatever your purpose is for that day or for that lifetime. She's behind you. She might be the one to say, "Hey, babe, get up. It's time to get up. It's time to get up and go to work." That's still there. You still are a unit, and it's still, you two working together to achieve your purpose, and in turn, you help her achieve hers.
I think we may be saying the same thing.
Yeah, that's possible. It's definitely possible.
Beta, that was a great question, by the way. Very great question.
Yeah, real good question.
You got to think about. It's not as set in stone as people would like to believe. And honestly, I guess there's no right or wrong answer. It depends on the person that's asking the question. I
think when intelligent people get together, there's never a wrong answer. When intelligent people get together to discuss something, there's never a wrong answer. Just different viewpoints. That's it.
I agree with that, and I think there's something going on in Aaron's background. So,
I'm sorry. I'm closing up shop. That's my fault. I should have muted myself.
No problem. But I want to take a moment to Aaron, if you're there.
Yeah, I'm here.
I want to something I came across, and this kind of goes back to the passport situation. I hate to keep beating the dead horse, but I saw this on Facebook. Somebody posted this on Facebook. Actually, she used to be on Blab.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Wait, who said something? Who said something about me?
No. It just I don't think she was even referring to you. She just posted this. This Jasmine Nicole, actually Shakiva. I don't know if you remember her from Black.
It's circulating all over Facebook right now. Go ahead and read it.
It's hilarious. Yeah, read it. Go ahead.
You want me to read it?
Yeah.
Oh, don't let a man with no passport tell you that you're the most beautiful girl in the world.
Exactly, because he cannot know that.
Wait a minute. Let her finish.
Wait a minute. Even somebody with a passport who's been around the world haven't seen every woman in the world. So a person with a passport.
No.
And a person
he
without
might just like Prince. He might just like Prince music.
But go ahead.
The point being, the point being, he doesn't even have anything to base that statement on. That's the point. How can you say, "Oh, you're the most beautiful woman in the world"? You only been to you never been outside of Texas. Like, you don't know that? These Facebook chicks be lying. Like, you be getting catfished. Like, you don't know any. You are forced to think small. You're the most beautiful woman in the world. Your whole
Aaron,
life
where do you
is in
live,
6
man?
blocks.
I
live in Jersey.
In Jersey, okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I thought that was funny because that's what we were talking about, and I just happened to see it on my wall. So
Thank you. A woman agreed with me, even though I've been getting like almost hate mail.
Hilarious. So that is funny, man. That's funny. I want to take a moment though to thank everybody. Shannon, you were amazing as the host of the show tonight, and I'm going to let you go through everybody and do the thing.
Okay, so I'm going to ask all of you wonderful gentlemen where we can get a hold of you on social media. So we'll start with you, Mr. Aaron.
Oh, you can get a hold. You can follow me on Instagram at Wake Up Better, Twitter, Facebook. You can follow me on there as well.
Thank you. I'll be following you. What about you, Cepeda? Where can we follow you at?
You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Paintings by Peta. All the same tag. Snapchat as well. If you're on Snapchat, Paintings by Peta. It's all the same. PEDA.
PEDA.
Graphic design, illustrations, portraits, landscapes, wall murals, body paint, all that. Hit me up.
You know what? It's funny. I looked for you on Instagram. Only found was the hashtag. So if you can send me that link, and let's make sure we're following each other. But I want to take a moment just to say about Cepeda. He is a terrific artist. He's a very talented brother. Please check out his stuff, and you definitely support this guy. He's really, really talented. And
can you put the link on the Hangouts chat just so I can so people can catch up?
Yes. So yeah, he's a very talented dude, man.
How do you say your name again?
Peta.
Cicada?
Cepeda is my full name, but they call me Peta.
That's why that's why I asked for the link in Hangouts chat, just so I could not have to ask.
Yeah, man. I'm actually Kente knows this. I buy and resell art all the time. So like let's link up, chat for a bit.
All right, bet. Yes, Kente, post everybody's information and somehow so we can get it.
Say yours again, Peter.
Paintings by Peta.
And in the show notes, I have everybody's stuff as well too.
Peter, where are you located?
I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Charlotte, North Carolina. All right, yeah.
Okay, Finn, how can we reach you? I'm trying to write them all in the live chat, so keep it going.
Okay, on Instagram and Twitter, it is Finn Buenas Noches. That's Finn Good Night for all you Spanish impaired. And then actually the best way to catch up with me is Facebook. It's Christian Renn, RENN. I'm on Facebook more than anything, so by all means, hit me up. Don't look at me while you're at work. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh yeah, because he's hilarious.
Oh, and this brother, great DJ, has a great website. At some point, he said I can do a set on his website, so we're gonna have to figure that one out. But
yeah, that's right. Uglyradio.com. I'm waiting on you, Kente. I'm telling you, I got the turntables warmed up for you. Whenever you're ready, bro, we got you.
I'm excited because I like old school music, so I'm not. I love
90s. 90s is the favorite. It's the best genre of all music. Fuck what you heard. 90s. So I got you.
Amen to that.
All right, Mr. Gary.
Hey. So, wow, I'm really Googleable, so you can definitely Google me if you just want to find me. But I'm Gary Rockman on YouTube. With the YouTube channel, I do a live broadcast on Fridays, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, called Connection, my radio show. You can get me on Twitter at GRock7000, On Instagram, I'm Gary Rockman, your real estate rock star. I've got a Facebook page, same thing, Gary Rockman, your real estate rock star. And you can also find me, of course, on my website, which again is Gary. That's RAHMAN. So Gary, GARYRAHMAN. So it looks like ramen, but it's actually Arabic, so it's Rockman.
Rockman, yes. Oh, and shout out to Damian D. Smith, he's the one that introduced me to Gary, who's a fantastic filmmaker, actor. And big shout out to him and congratulations to him. He won a contest recently, the Jack Daniels contest. His film won, so he's a great dude, and we got to get him on again on the show as well. Damian D. Smith.
Yeah. And Damon was just on my show, so you guys can check that out. Did an interview with Damien this past Friday. Again, you can get it, you can hear it, but just going to GaryRockman.com, the website, hit the radio tab, or you can watch it at the YouTube channel. So again, that's Gary Rockman, just on YouTube. You can catch that one out. That was a good interview. And I also wrote a book, folks. So Back from Hell and the Devil Didn't Win: How to Free Yourself from Poverty and Grow Generational Wealth, which you can also find on the website, and it's everywhere books are sold. So yeah, all that good stuff. And I hope
definitely looking forward to checking you out.
Stay connected with you guys, and appreciate it. Hope to stay connected with you all, and have you guys even on my show as well.
All right. What about you, Olaf? How can we reach you on social media?
Well, you can get me on both Facebook and Twitter at Olaf Barbosa, but just don't stalk too close because I do get nervous and I do have an itchy trigger finger.
I was late on the draw. This thing is like close. Oh, man.
Yo, you gotta trademark that. That is hilarious.
There we go.
There we go.
Froze right before. It was like, oh man.
I had my backup ready.
I'm glad you did. Michael, yeah. They would have killed me the way that was.
And it's like, as far as me coming up, it's like I got next weekend I'll be at in Atlanta for Walker Stalker Con, hoping to get a few interviews while I'm down there. So that's that'll be some fun times.
Will be.
All right.
All right, co-host, how can we find you on social media?
Sure. You can get me at Kente F on Twitter. You get me at Kente Ferguson on Instagram. That's KinteFergerson. Of course, you can get the show. We are all over the place. We have a Twitter account. If you guys are not following us on Twitter, please do. It's at Mars Venus Show. Also, we have a Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Mars Venus podcast, and then facebook.com/groups Mars Venus podcast as well. And we're all over the land. We'll be back next week with an all new episode. We will have an all panel of women, so that should be a lot of fun. And also this week, on Wednesday, we'll have a new episode talking Lions MC as well as the Spotlight. We will be getting ready for Halloween, so we're going to be reviewing that film, the 78 one. So that is this Wednesday, right here on Indie Radio, indyradio.org.
All right.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for joining us.
Mm-hmm. And you?
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
And how can we get you?
Oh, you can catch me here every Monday. That's how you can get me.
And social media?
Show up on Mondays and you can get all of me.
That's my girl.
Your books? How can we get your books?
I can't tell none of my business. Fans said keep it to yourself, and Gary said mind your business. I took notes today. No, I'm just playing. Everything is my name, Shannon Ford Jefferson. There is only one of me in the world, so if you Google it, you'll find me. Amazon for all of my 5 poetry books, or you can just check me on Facebook, and I can get you a copy if you tell me what you need.
All right.
That's what's up.
All right.
All right.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.